From spectacular vessels with passenger moving systems and stadiums, to floating cities, to sustainable EcoShips, and to famous replica. Today, we are looking at some of the most incredible cruise ship concepts ever planned. Starting off with the Princess Kaguya. A massive 450,000 gross ton floating city, over twice the size of the current largest cruise ship. The Kaguya was planned to offer space for over 8,400 passengers, some of which would live in one of the ship's 2,000 permanent residence suites. Temporary passengers on weekly cruises will have the option to choose from 3 different hotels and will have access to world-class entertainment and dining facilities. The ship is also equipped with a state-of-the-art hospital, education facilities, and 2 massive arenas on the top floor of the vessel, where the ship will host concerts, boxing exhibitions, and sporting events able to host up to 30,000 guests when docked in port. Next up, we have the world's greenest cruise ship, the Peaceboat EcoShip, proposed to be built starting in 2022. The ship, which will be owned by Peaceboat, a social enterprise promoting climate and ocean research, will stand out with its 10 massive retractable solar energy and wind generator equipped sails. Compared to modern cruise ships, the EcoShip will cut energy consumption by 50% and CO2 emissions by over 40%. It will also feature kinetic floors on the top deck that will aid in solar power generation. The EcoShip will sail on an educational world cruise every year, visiting 100 remote locations around the globe. Climate experts and professors will hold lectures about their ongoing research on board in one of the several laboratories for climate and ocean research. The ship will also feature an onboard plant kingdom similar to the Central Park on Oasis-class ships. Next up, we have a truly stunning concept, the Freedom Ship. Proposed by Freedom Cruise Line, the megastructure has been in development for over 30 years and is thus quite unlikely to ever become a reality. The ship was proposed to be 5,000 feet long, almost 6 times the length of the largest cruise ship at the moment. It is a practical ship, however, with a feasible design that is able to house 50,000 permanent residents and up to 30,000 tourists daily. The ship has an international airport with 2 runways on the top deck and an aft marina bay where ferries to the mainland can dock. The Freedom Ship has many open spaces with pools, parks, and restaurants embedded in the vessel's design, and will feature every amenity you'd expect in a medium-sized city. The vessel is supposed to go around the world every 2 years, and will spend most of the time docked outside of major cities for residents to discover and tourists to come on board the ship. The main problem with the megastructure, however, is its cost. The designers believe the ship can be built offshore at a cost of $10 billion, and that is probably the lowest estimate they could find. Given the unproven concept of a true floating city, investors are hesitant to join a project that could change the world. For an actual residential cruise ship that will likely become a reality, check out Storylines, an all-inclusive residential vessel scheduled to launch in 2023. The ship will feature a super yacht lifestyle with 45 lounges, 20 dining options, and an aft marina with kayaks and water sporting gear. It will offer leisurely slow travel to remote destinations across the globe, with 3 to 5 days in port at a time. Next up, we have a concept that has made headlines across the globe, a real-life replica of the world's most famous ship, the Titanic. The Titanic II is a delayed but still ongoing project to bring a nearly identical version of the unsinkable ship back to life. The Titanic II, with its opulent atriums and traditional dining rooms, will take you back in history to simpler times. Apart from additional lifeboats on board and modernized navigation systems to avoid another sinking, everything will appear just like it did on the Titanic's still unfinished maiden voyage. The Titanic II would set sail from Southampton and finally, over 100 years delayed, arrive in New York, New York. The project is estimated to cost $500 million, but like many others on this list, it is having trouble finding willing investors. Next, we have quite an unusual ship. Like the Titanic II, this vessel is also based on an all-time classic, the SS France, a ship known for its 2 big red funnels. The newer version of the ship, however, uses the funnels in a bit of a different way. Have a look. The ship design consists of 2 large towers with passenger suites and restaurants. The newest version of the vessel is expected to cost around $300 million and will offer a yacht-like feel with a passenger capacity of just over 400. If you ask me, this is probably one of the weirdest looking ships on this list, and I don't really see the purpose behind the design choice. But leave a comment down below if you disagree. Next up, we have Oasis, a ship envisioned by STX Europe, formerly one of the largest shipbuilding companies in the world. It has a layered design for added stability when sailing, and 6 voluminous sails generating wind energy to be stored in one of the vessel's power storing facilities. Its energy-saving design will make the onboard experience unique, and might even add some much-needed diversity in modern cruise ship designs. Lastly, we have a big one. Probably one of the most ambitious cruise ship designs ever, the Carnival Pinnacle. The vessel was designed by Carnival back in 2005, when the largest cruise ship in the world was Queen Mary II. At over 250,000 gross tons, the Carnival Pinnacle wouldn't have only been the largest cruise ship at the time, it would have kept that title till this very day. One of the ship's standout features would have been the people mover system, transporting passengers from one side of the ship to the other on decks 2 and 16. Given the vessel's tremendous size, it was also designed with extended promenades on lower decks, with features usually only found in the top Lido deck area. That includes basketball courts, pools, lounges, and even a lazy river. Moving up with a people mover system, we find ourselves on deck 16. There you could have enjoyed an indoor pool, but also a family pool with a water slide and rock climbing wall in the shape of a mountain. Looking at the back of the ship, we find a truly revolutionary design, which at that time no other vessel had. A V-shaped aft with 2 water slides with some stunning ocean views. This might remind you of another cruise ship class by probably Carnival's biggest competitor that did in fact turn into a reality, Royal Caribbean's Oasis class ships. Unlike Carnival, which was unsure if a ship of this size would ever turn profitable, Royal Caribbean took the risk in 2009 and launched the Oasis class, one of the most profitable and recognizable cruise ship classes in the world. There you have it, some of the most incredible cruise ship designs ever made. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing for more weekly cruising content. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep cruising.